What's up, y'all? It's the Venus Journey podcast where we discuss, analyze, and enjoy music, artists, and entertainment. I took a little break, but I am back. Came back because Halle Bailey just dropped her first solo single, Angel, literally at midnight, and I could not wait to review it. I absolutely loved it. If you've seen my other video about Halle, then that should be no surprise. I'm a fan. I was a fan of, am a fan of Chloe and Halle, of their music, of their sound, and I have been for several years. So with that in mind, plus the teasers that Halle was giving us throughout the last few years of the music that she's been doing in the studio and stuff like that for her solo work, it's just been very much anticipated. So let me just go ahead and get into it. If you have not watched the video yet or streamed the song, I highly recommend it. I recommend watching the music video because it is stunning. It's very beautiful, emotive and evocative imagery, very true to her ethereal roots, beautifully shot, and just lovely to see a group of Black girls dancing and using their talents in such a beautiful way. So just gonna get right into it. Halle starts off in Angel. She starts off with like this lower register, and then she quickly kind of moves up. She is showcasing her range expertly in this song, which I think is amazing. The lyricism is beautiful, especially how the song starts. The first verse starts and she says, "Do you ever make it out of your head? Do you still swim in your thoughts? Do you still mistake your flaws for property?" So within the first few lines of the song, she instantly hooks me. I'm somebody that, like, if I'm listening to an artist that I'm not familiar with or that I don't care for that much, you have to hook me within like the first 30 seconds. Now, I was going to listen to the full song anyway because, like I said, I love Halle, but I just wanted to point that out, how quickly she manages to captivate the listener. Of course, I'm just talking about me. I don't know if it will do the same thing for other people, but from what I have seen, I haven't seen anybody disliking it. I have only seen positive responses to this song. It's the type of thing that it's very hard to dislike it because she's giving you vocals, she's giving you beautiful imagery, she's giving you meaningful lyricism. There's really just not anything to dislike. Like, I'm sure somebody in the world doesn't care for it or is not their cup of tea, but just even if it's not your cup of tea, on a technical level, like I said, the lyricism, the way that the song is constructed lyrically, as well as the arrangement, is chef's kiss. Mwah, beautiful. And I just want to finish with this first verse. So she says, "Do you ever make it out of your head? Do you still swim in your thoughts? Do you still mistake your flaws for property? Something that just don't sit right with you. But heaven knows, your wings can't weigh you down." Again, just beautiful lyricism that you can tell is very personal to her. She got on live some point this week and discussed why she made the song and what the inspiration behind it was. And it really was medicine for herself, which I think is so powerful. And I think that's why it resonates with the audience so well. I'm going to include a clip of Halle talking about the song.
This song for me was my kind of, I guess, affirmations that I would tell myself to keep myself being able to keep going. because all of a sudden I was thrown into this world of so many different opinions and what people thought of me, and was I good for this role, and not even just that part of my life, but everything else in my life, like growing into who I am as a 23-year-old, like who am I and what it takes, and all the criticism that people will throw your way when you're literally just still trying to figure out what the hell am I doing? Like, I'm 23 years old. Yeah, so it's like a very empowering kind of message. I think I was writing it to the little girl within me, in my heart. And yeah, I hope other people are inspired and feel the same way. But it's definitely, for sure, a Black girl anthem. Okay, for all my black girlies, because I'm sorry, but we be needing some love, some encouragement.
So as you can see, she talks about the song being full of affirmations that she needed for herself, the song being a Black girl anthem, and just being her way of dealing with the constant barrage of public opinion while she is growing into herself as a young woman, which I think is beautiful. And I think that it's also very pointed that it is a Black girl anthem, and that she is repetitively saying Black girl with the Black girl here in the song. She's definitely a daughter of Beyonce, you know, and it's kind of a testament to how when Beyonce, you know, as she was going through her rise to fame, like when she was in her early 20s and things like that, never distanced herself from her Blackness. But, you know, she had to build to get to the point where she could be as unapologetic as she was in making Formation and making a song where she talk about the Negro nose and nappy hair, making The Gift, making Black Parade, getting to that point of being unapologetically Black. Side note, since I'm talking about this anyway, I'm just gonna sneak this in here because I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a whole video about it, but I went to the Renaissance World Tour last week. She came to Detroit last week. Took my daughter because my daughter turned 11 the day after the concert. So when I saw that she was coming the day before my daughter's birthday, I was like, oh baby, we have to go. Like, she has to see Beyonce. And as we were like recapping, and like the show was amazing. That Creole lady, she took her sweet time. She was late, but the show was absolutely amazing. And when we were like recapping the show, like me and my daughter, we were talking about how how iconic it was and how good it felt to be in a stadium that big as she's performing Cozy, and just hear like all those people yell, like, because you know how when T.S. Madison she has her little part in Cozy and she's like, I'm dark skinned, beige, fluorescent beige, bitch, I'm Black. Hearing that whole stadium yell I'm Black like that was just iconic. It just felt good. Okay, now let's get back on course. So I really think that it says something that Halle chose to make this song, which is a Black girl anthem that is pointedly Black and specific to Black people. Of course, you know, like in the video, she talks about like anybody can relate to it, right? Just like when Solange did A Seat at the Table, you know, and she's talking about how non-Blacks, y'all can listen, y'all can enjoy it, but just know, like, I'm doing this first and foremost for Black people. And I think that it's just so telling that Halle, as she's at the height of her fame and of her stardom, she's choosing to release her first solo debut with something that is so specific to Black women and Black girls. I really like that. I can tell by how I feel listening to the song that it is an offering from the heart. Like I said before, it's very authentic because, as she discusses, it was the medicine that she needed. And so that's why it's so impactful, and why I think it will continue to be impactful moving forward. I think it's a great start to the beginning of her solo catalog. I thoroughly enjoyed it, was not disappointed at all, made perfect sense to me. So yes, very inspirational, very empowering, true to her ethereal nature, but distinct enough that you know this is Halle. The song also is a full song. It is 2 verses and a bridge. It feels complete. It feels finished. I don't have a problem with short songs, but what I don't like this trend of making songs that are so short and they feel incomplete. There's no bridge. It's like the song feels like it's 50, 60, 70% done. I don't feel like that with this song. Overall, I'm just very pleased. I'm looking forward to what is to come from what other music she's going to release, but I'm not in a rush to get anything else. I really want people to enjoy this song and not pressure her. When are we getting the album? When are we getting it? Drop this, drop this. Enjoy this song. Enjoy this offering. Live with it for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that she doesn't feel pressured to release anything else for a while. I hope that if she does, I will be happy. But I just really hope that she feels the accomplishment of this single being as great as it is. If you couldn't tell from the title of this channel, I am a very spiritual person, and I'm also a creative person. And I'm someone who believes that songs can sometimes, they're like, they have their own energy. Like a song can be an entity. I remember I was watching Hot Ones. It's such a random segue, but I was watching Hot Ones, and it was the episode that Coolio was on. Rest in peace, Coolio. And he was talking about how when he wrote Gangsta's Paradise, he was saying like the song was like an entity, like he didn't write the song. It was like, it just like was channeled to him. And I like going back to that when I'm talking about the concept of songs as entities. Now that the song has been released into the world, you know, it has a life of its own now. It's obviously still connected to Halle. It was created by Halle and her experiences and all of these things. But it's still becoming, because it's still reaching different people and serving different purposes for the people who hear it. And so I say all of that to say, I hope she doesn't feel pressured to release anything she's not ready to, because I believe that this song has a good life ahead of it. And I don't mean it's gonna be number 1 on Hot 100, or it's gonna do this and it's gonna do that. I wish it all the success. I would love to see the song chart. I would love to see the song be super successful. But I just mean that as she promotes it, as she performs it, as the song reaches new people, it's going to evolve and help her evolution and solidify her as a solo artist. So that's all I wanted to say. In conclusion, I loved it. 5 stars, 10, 10, 10s across the board. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm grateful that she decided to share this with us, because this could have just sat in the drafts. It could have just been for her, you know what I mean? But she shared it, and I'm glad she did. So let me know your thoughts on the song, the music video, where you think the trajectory of Halle's solo career as a musician is going. As always, keep it respectful, but go ahead and give me your opinions in the comments. I hope y'all have an amazing Venus Day. It's Friday, so it's Venus Day. And I hope y'all have a great weekend. Peace.